Welcome to the Themidnightburn. They say the devil drives the back roads of Louisiana at night, picking up souls who've lost their way. But what happens when the devil doesn't drive the back roads? What happens when he works the day shift at the water department, lives on a quiet street in Zachary, and hunts his prey at gas stations along Airline Highway? What happens when predators hide in plain sight, and the only thing standing between them and justice is a mother's love that burns brighter than the Louisiana sun? Tonight, we're going to tell you about Madison Allen and the man who is the prime suspect in her disappearance. Her name is Lynn Rollins, and she's got a voice that carries the weight of every sleepless night since November 29th, 2023. She's probably whispered to more strangers than she ever thought she'd have to, hoping someone, somewhere, might have seen her daughter. Lynn lives in Liberty, Mississippi, the same place where she raised Madison Renee Allen. Born August 1st, 1991, Madison was a Liberty girl through and through, daughter of Ronnie Allen from Smithdale, a man who worked diesel engines at Fortenberry and Macomb until death took him 5 years ago. But Madison had a restless spirit. She moved back and forth between her mama's house in Mississippi and the bright lights of Louisiana, chasing dreams that seemed to stay just out of reach. By September 2023, those dreams had turned into nightmares. Madison lost her apartment. Then she totaled her SUV. Suddenly, a young woman with 3 children to think about found herself living in hotels along Airline Highway in Baton Rouge, that stretch of road where hope goes to die, where the desperate and the predators circle each other like moths around a flame. It was there, at a racetrack gas station, that Madison met Thomas Morris. He promised her everything a drowning woman wants to hear: help getting back on track, a roof over her head, whatever she needed. All she had to do was live in his house and help with his 2 minor children. It sounded like salvation. It was anything but. November 15th, 2023. The last time Lynn Rollins heard her daughter's voice. Madison sounded fine, talking about looking for work, going back to school. A mother's ears heard hope in her baby's voice. November 23rd, Thanksgiving. The last text from Madison's original phone number. Then November 26th, a text from a number Lynn didn't recognize, claiming to be Madison. November 29th, early morning, one final message. Madison was going back to school, starting a new job that Thursday. Lynn had no reason to doubt it was her daughter. She had no way of knowing it might have been the last real communication Madison ever sent. In November 2023, something strange happened. A new Facebook account showed up in Madison's name, her youngest sister's friend request. Oh, that was accepted right away. But when Lynn sent her own, it just sat there, ignored, until March 1st, 2024, Lynn's birthday. The last posts on that mysterious new account, November 29th, 2023. The very same day Madison supposedly left Thomas Morris's house for good. But here's the thing about digital ghosts: sometimes they're more real than the living. March 1st, 2024. Lynn's birthday came and went, and there was no call, no voicemail of Madison singing happy birthday, the one Lynn still has saved on her phone. Madison had never, not once, missed her mama's birthday. Lynn reported Madison missing in Liberty first, but then, well, she was told she needed to file it in Zachary, where Madison had actually vanished. She messaged everyone on Madison's Facebook friends list, asking if they'd seen her daughter. Every single person said no. Everyone except Thomas Morris. Thomas claimed he'd known Madison for a long time and was out looking for her too. He said he hadn't seen her since around Thanksgiving. What he didn't mention, what he never mentioned, was that Madison had been living in his house at 3317 Ash Street, there in Zachary. Here's what Thomas Morris told the police. Madison left his house on November 29th, 2023, driving away in an unidentified vehicle, taking all her belongings with her. 3 months later, his story changed. Now it was December 1st, 2023, and she left before his children came home from school. He told 2 private investigators in a recorded conversation that Madison took everything except a cell phone he'd given her, a phone he'd conveniently wiped clean. But here's the most chilling part. Thomas Morris admitted to Detective Minor that he makes a habit of meeting women at racetrack gas stations, bringing them to live in his house, supplying them with whatever they need, including drugs. The Zachary Police Department had Madison's personal cell phone, the phone of a registered missing person, and they gave it back to Thomas Morris. They didn't keep it. They didn't send it for forensic analysis. They just gave it back. In October 2024, Lynn got a call that made her blood run cold. Another mother, another missing daughter. Trinity had also lived with Thomas Morris, had also met him at a racetrack gas station. When Trinity told Thomas she wanted to go home in January 2024, he put her out of his vehicle at an abandoned lot. Within minutes, Trinity was picked up and sold into sex trafficking, Texas, Florida, Port Allen. She was found in April 2024, but the damage was done. A friend of Thomas's children, who had also lived in the house, told investigators that women came and went all the time. Several, she said, were never seen again after they left with Thomas. December 2024 brought new information that should have sent chills down every investigator's spine. Someone remembered Thomas Morris calling on November 29, 2023, the very day Madison supposedly left his house voluntarily. Thomas wanted to know how to get deer blood out of his SUV. The person remembered the exact date because they were at a relative's birthday party when Thomas called. Deer blood. On the day Madison vanished. October 29, 2024. Thomas Morris was arrested for strangulation charges against another woman who had been living in his house. He bonded out and immediately sold his Ash Street house to a Mexican co-worker. Police searched the house during his arrest, but, cadaver dogs never searched the property. Another missed opportunity in a case full of them. Lynn Rollins has 3 grandchildren who deserve to know what happened to their mother. A daughter who'll turn 16 in June, a son who just turned 9, and a son who just turned 3. They deserve answers. Madison Allen wasn't perfect, but she deserves justice. Detective Miner told Lynn that Thomas Morris had nothing to do with Madison's disappearance. The Zachary Police Department found excuses to ignore every piece of evidence Lynn brought them. It took the Cajun Navy getting involved to get them to finally reach out to the people Lynn had been telling them about for a year. How many other women has Thomas Morris made disappear? How many other mothers are out there, clutching their phones, waiting for calls that will never come? The racetrack gas stations along Airline Highway see hundreds of desperate women every day. Women who've lost their apartments, their cars, their hope. Women who are perfect prey for a predator who promises salvation, but delivers something far darker. Madison Renee Allen didn't just vanish into thin air. Someone made her disappear. Someone who had 3 months to clean phones and change stories. Someone who knows how to get blood out of an SUV. Someone who collects broken women like trophies and makes them disappear when they try to leave. The truth has a way of surfacing, even when it's buried deep. Evidence has a way of speaking, even when voices are silenced. And justice? Justice has a way of finding its mark, even when the system fails. The wheel of justice turns slowly, but it turns. And when it stops, when all the evidence is laid bare, when all the lies are exposed, and when all the truth comes to light.
The only thing I can think about is my child's out there somewhere needing her mama. And I know you've seen the video that I posted that my daughter made of me 2 years ago, saying that this is the woman that makes the magic happen when you need her.
Yes.
I need help making the magic happen, Miss Pebbles, because I can't do it on my own, but I'm not giving up. Giving up's not an option. I'm going to find my baby.
This has been Themidnightburn. Until next time, catch the dice. They rollin'.